Oh, I had a microphone on mute, so hold on. Okay. All right. So that was 3 minutes of just me figuring stuff out like always. Hey everybody. I hope everybody is doing well tonight. It is Friday. It was a short week this week. So how did everybody feel about being a short week this week? Was it long? Being that it was a short week this week? Did you guys have like an extremely like long day at work? I mean, honestly, y'all, I was dragging today. Like I was so tired. I when I left work today, I just called in an order of some pasta and I ate that, watched a little TV, and I went to sleep. And then my sister came by and we talked for a second. So she came by with my nieces and stuff and all the good stuff. Hold on, let me move this microphone over here. So yeah. So I was like collecting news stories for the week to discuss. And I try to stay away from stuff like it's negative stuff. And I know you guys are like, well, dang, the header is kind of negative. Yes, it is. Okay, so let me tell y'all, I am a junkie. So I watch the news a lot, listen to the news a lot, and I like to see what's going on. And also I like to watch and follow the news of places that like I used to live. So if I used to live in those places and occupy those spaces, I I actually like still follow the news there. Or if it's like a place that's pretty heavy, like if it's the next like basically metro city that's like next door to where I used to live, then I will also follow news there. So I kind of like to know a little bit about what's going on everywhere. All right, so let's get into this. The Fort Worth shooting. So let me do a shared screen. Mm-mm. I don't want to do this. We'll do this. And we're going to go to present, share screen. Hopefully this is the right one. All right, so let's see if the news will come up on here. I'm not sure. But I think this is the shared screen, but the news is not coming. Let me refresh it. Let's see if it'll do it, if it'll play. We're gonna wait till those commercials go. And honestly, I don't know if the news. I don't know if the news like kind of strikes you or something like that. So we're just gonna see. Okay, well, I don't know what that means. It says it'll return soon. Okay, so let's go down. So, okay, you guys, on July 3rd in the Como neighborhood in Fort Worth, there was a shooting. And two suspects have been arrested in association with that shooting. Christopher Reddick, who is 20, and Brandon Williams, who is 19. These young men are both from Fort Worth, Texas, and they were arrested on Friday. Let's see when this is updated. So today, so they were arrested today, July 7th. Both men have been charged with murder. So earlier this week, Fort Worth suffered a heartbreaking tragedy, said Fort Worth Police Chief Neil Noakes. And it happened in one of the most beloved and historic neighborhoods in Fort Worth. Around 11:45 p.m. on July 3rd, police were dispatched to a house in the 3400 block of Horn Street in reference to a shooting. The suspects reportedly firing into the crowd of hundreds of people before they fled the scene. 3 victims died and 8 victims have been hospitalized in unknown condition. Cynthia Santos, who's 22, and Gabriela Navarrete. So, guys, please forgive me if I mispronounce someone's name. 18, and Paul Willis, 18, are identified as 3 victims who were fatally shot. So they were also babies as well. Were young people. Their lives were taken from them violently and senselessly, Notes said. This act of violence has affected our entire city and terrorized the strong Como community, but most tragically has taken the lives of 3 innocent victims. And he repeats the names of the victims. And Fort Worth Mayor Maddie Parker said in response to the arrest, thank you to the entire Fort Worth PD, particularly the homicide and gang units, for their around-the-clock efforts. So the police chief said that the shooting was separate from and unrelated to Como Fest, a community event that occurred earlier in the day at another location. But Reddick and Williams both attended. All right, so I'm just gonna keep reading. My understanding is they were there exactly where they retrieved those weapons. I'm not sure. But they had been at the event. The chief also said it is his understanding that immediately prior to the shots, there was some type of altercation. I don't know specifically who they were shooting at, but there was potential that an altercation is what caused the violence to occur. And so, here are the young man, Christopher Reddick Jr. and Brandon Williams. So you guys, that is of course unfortunate, and they are super duper young. Okay, and also guys, if anybody has any information on this, please call the Fort Worth PD homicide unit at 817-392-4330. So let's look at the Como community, because guys, I'm from Texas, so not from Texas, so I don't know how places look if I haven't been there. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna go Como community. Do you guys ever think about like why people can't control their emotions these days? And they were just rather commit senseless crimes. Like, I honestly, I don't like confrontation. I cannot stand to confront a person because honestly, once I say something to you, I can't honestly come back from it. Like with how I am. And most of the time, it's not necessarily something like, insulting about you. It's mostly something that's like, truthful that, you just can't take back. So I try to refrain from that behavior by all costs. And people test you in that right, but I honestly don't understand why so many young black men seem like they're having a hard time controlling their emotions. So I here is oh no, because if y'all gonna make me pay for it, let me see. I hope they don't make me pay for it. Let me see. Don't you hate when I don't like when people let's see, let me hit remove. Let's do present again. Share screen. Well no, let's take that down, child. Present. Oh, somebody gave me a little heart. Now let me see. I know y'all don't say anything like trash to me. Someone told me last time my thing was boring. It was so mean. It didn't hurt my feelings. I didn't care. But let me see. It says stop screen share. Am I still sharing my screen? Apparently not. But let me present again. Share screen. Child. All right, so I kind of like to know the history of places. No, you cannot see me updates. So let's know, kind of get the history of the area. All right, they said Fort Worth's Como neighborhood has a history that dates back to the late 1800s. And its story is one of the resilience and bravery strength in the face of adversity. I already can tell by the beginning of that, and it's how this is about to start. That strength was also demonstrated. I added the word also. Once again, after 11 people were shot on Monday night in a parking lot, Horn Street, following neighborhood's annual 4th of July event at Como Fest. And that's so freaking sad. The neighborhood tries to come together and do something and have something positive, and somebody, ruins it for everybody. So, okay, so where is Como? The Como neighborhood is located between Camp Bowie and Victory Boulevards, southwest of Arlington Heights. I still don't know where that is. Thousands of miles from the scenic seaside namesake in Italy, Como was founded in 1889 when a man-made dam was built for locals and out-of-towners. Investors envisioned a grand development in 1892, and about 20 stately homes and a resort hotel called Ye Arlington Inn were completed. Okay, let's see what happened after that. Okay, as Como's African American population grew, because it's definitely predominantly all Black, funding for schools and community developments decreased. Why is that, you guys? Why? How does that? I think sometimes I understand that people don't get them, sometimes that we don't get afforded those opportunities. But I think, more people can get in office, more people can advocate for funding, and, help their communities grow. And also, if they're in Fort Worth, then Fort Worth should help them grow. If they know that the schools and the community developers have decreased over the years, community advocates fought for a positive change in Como. Okay. Viola Pitts, Fort Worth community activist, civic leader, and voter registration crusader. Okay, Viola was a strong advocate for Como, which helped secure better funding for the community center, elementary school, and the streets in the surrounding area. Now, doesn't she look precious, you guys? So this is sweet. Oh, this was in April of 1989. Okay. In 2020, Fort Worth City Council awarded the neighborhood $3.2 million to boost safety, aesthetics, and private investment. And at the time, the city credited the neighborhood leadership for advocating for its improvement. Okay, so now I'm trying to figure out, so how did it get to this? So now this goes into Como Fest. So I guess we could go into Como Fest. Como Fest is a day of the family-friendly activities to celebrate pride of the neighborhood. So, you guys, I feel like they were a very close-knit community, based on what I'm gathering. And I mean, and something like Como Fest is probably a great time to support like local business owners, small business owners, and things of that sort. Sometimes I feel that like our youth, and not like the smaller kids like 9 and 10, but like we're gonna say between 16 and 25 don't care about their community and how it impacts um everybody else. They probably going to have fireworks. People are probably just looking forward to going out and having a good time with their families. And these men, shot up the place and killed people because they cannot get along. and that's allegedly. I don't know if they can. They said an altercation in Hancock, but why bring a gun to a community event in the first place? If you like feel like something is going to happen, or you feel a way, or you are subconscious about it, then don't go. Or if you don't like someone, you feel, just don't go. And I understand that Texas, you have a right to bear arms and things of that sort, but to shoot in an open crowd, you know, it just doesn't. It was just really senseless. And now their lives are thrown away. 19 and 20, their lives are going to be thrown away, and people, families, and lives have changed forever. And the community is probably not gonna, come back from this for a while. I mean, as far as like the mourning thing of it, and that's unfortunate. So let me look up some other stuff, because one thing okay, so it's historically African American. Let's look up on Wikipedia and see what's going on, child. All right. And wow. Hold on. Okay. All right. So I'm not gonna switch. Well, I guess I will. Is it on Wikipedia? Is it? Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay. So it's historically African American neighborhood, and is located in the west side of Fort Worth, Texas. And of course, it was named after the city of Como, Italy. And they really pay homage to Viola Pitts. So if anybody is related to Viola Pitts or knows Viola Pitts, please hit me up. I would love to talk to you on Hey DFW and interview and ask you some questions. So please send me a DM on all social media platforms. Okay. So the Como Lake was built in 1889, and originally the neighborhood was conceived as a resort. Okay, so in the 1960s through the 1990s, so we're gonna go ahead and put that right there to civil rights movement in the 1960s through the 1990s. The community struggled to prosper. And however, the west side of Fort Worth's economic boom, significant infrastructure improvements by the city of Fort Worth, and efforts of many, the Como neighborhoods making significant strides in becoming a prosperous home for African Americans, Hispanics, as well as many others. Okay. So they have Como Elementary School. Let's see, two middle schools and two high schools. So they don't really go into I always try to look at income levels and things of that sort. So all right. So it seems like a really very nice, like close knit community. And an unfortunate situation happened there. Let me see, let me see. Christopher Reddick. Let's see if we can find some information on him. Okay, so they didn't really have too much stuff on him. I mean, that's about it. Oh. This better not be his LinkedIn profile, y'all. Child. I'm not gonna say it, but I think this is a little LinkedIn. So he had a job. If this is him, the way he spelled his name does not seem like a name that just anybody would have, and it is in Texas. So y'all gotta do better with controlling your emotions. Let's look up something else too. I'm in my research mode tonight. Can young black men control their emotions? Because honestly, I do feel like when you just like kill somebody, you can't control your emotions. If they're not causing harm to you, they cause some type of harm to you with your words. You can't do it. And then if you shoot in a crowd, then that means you are running. You're not even standing there. Um, One thing my pastor used to say in Birmingham, Alabama, and not saying this about these young men, because I'm not, like the judge or jury or whatnot. But he used to always say, "Ain't fit to live or too afraid to die." You know, and sometimes I always think of that. Um, I think of that when things like this happen. Like, why do you just, why are you so mad that you risk killing somebody? All right, let's see. We're gonna see what this say. And let's go. We're gonna say my mom would be like, Aaron, that's you're not speaking proper English. We're gonna see what this article states, just in case my mom is listening. Um, let's see. Share a screen. All right, so here is an article. And this article is from National Library of Medicine, all right? And um so let's talk about it. It's pretty recent. It's like it was written in October 2021. Um all right, incarcerated black men's restrictive emotionality, the influence of parental closeness and childhood abuse. They better not be making no excuses. All right. So, black men are often socialized to limit their emotional expression, which can lead to negative relationships and emotional health outcomes. Okay. Yet, little is known about how childhood experiences influence their emotional restrictiveness in adulthood. This study examined the relationship between parental closeness, childhood abuse, and restrictive emotionality among 183 Black incarcerated men near release. Findings conclude that men who reported having a closer relationship with their parents had lower emotional restrictiveness than men who did not. Men who reported childhood ex abuse by two people reported more restricted emotionality than their non-abuse counterparts. Implications for programming, intervention and prevention strategies are discussed. Okay, this let's see. All right. So when the statement early, the first statement about then they are socialized to limit their emotional expression. This construct presumes that traditional male culture socializes men to place limitations on whether and how one expresses emotions. So, I can say just like as an observer at times and just kind of growing up and things of that sort, you see guys, well, like it's like, I mean, to me, it's like that's across the board that men are, not supposed to cry and things of that sort. Like, but I have seen it as a black woman that people are saying, okay, man up, don't cry. You're supposed to be a man. You're supposed to be a man. And it teaches them to, hold their emotions in, um, or whatnot. I think I don't have any kids or anything like that, but um I don't really, know. Like, I do think you're supposed to be able to express yourself. And I do think, you're supposed to be able to say how you feel. Because one thing I don't like is I don't like when people just pretend like, my feelings don't matter. And your feelings do matter. However, as an adult whose brain is like fully developed now, the things that I used to think in my 20s, my 30s, I no longer think or not, I no longer feel. And I'm also able to control my emotions. And I had to learn how to control my emotions myself, you know. And while it has maybe been a trial and error instance, I didn't want to harm anybody in a sense of where I'm going to put myself in jeopardy because I can't control my emotions. I feel like there should be a selfishness there that is basically presented. Where it's like, I'd rather walk away. I'm not going to go to jail. I'd rather let you, pretend like you're right and then make you think that you got to me that much. So and how is that, women can do that, and we are the most, and I'm not even gonna say all women, I'm gonna just say me as a woman can do that, and I'm the most like emotional creature, right? According to studies. All right. So let's go back to this again. So, key feature of traditional masculinity ideologically, ideology. I don't know. I can't pronounce it right. I know ideology is emotional restrictiveness and avoidance of expression and displaying emotions in certain situations. All right. I agree that does happen. This construct presumes that traditional male culture socializes men to place limitations on whether and how one expresses emotions. Parents are primary socialization agents. Both mothers and fathers have been shown to talk more with their daughters than their sons about emotions, specifically encouraging Black boys to adhere to traditional masculinity of being tough and invulnerable. This is true. However, a lot of Black men are raised by single Black women, and because the father has chose to abandon the home. And I've been seeing a lot of blogs lately where a lot of people are blamed for that. Like, a lot of people are blaming the woman for that, and they're not necessarily placing the blame on this whole other human being that has decided, you know what, I don't feel like being bothered with you like that. I'm gonna go off and just do me. And if you like get picked for the league or something, I'll see what's up. And nobody thinks about that, nobody acknowledges that. And I don't even necessarily want to necessarily get with all in that conversation, but I do, I do think that it does affect our youth in a sense that people are blaming the Black women as far as how Black boys are turning out and not the Black man. And honestly, if you have kids, you should, raise them. And if whether you love the mother or get along with the mother or not, and if not in the single parent household, but at least in the I don't know, me and mom, I haven't seen my dad in years household. I mean, at minimum, because everybody's not going to work out, everybody's not going to be together, things happen in relationships, but to abandon your child, that's deep. Okay, so among Black men, emotional restrictiveness may be a protective strategy to mask painful feelings and control perceptions of themselves to avoid stereotypes of anger and violence. However, they're doing it anyway. They get angry, and they have seem to be a little bit more violent nowadays. As part of the racial socialization of Black boys, maintaining calm and cool in the face of danger from police community members is a valued cultural attribute and assumed safeguard. Uh-huh. Okay. Let's skip down. For incarcerated Black men who were disproportionately overrepresented in the criminal justice system before entering adulthood. Okay, so let's go back to that. I do think the prison system is full of Black men, and I do think that there are a lot of Black men in there. However, we have Black men that are shooting in crowds, allegedly, and running off. what, and that's two people right there that may go to the prison system. And my thing is this too: if you're gonna do some stuff and you're gonna be out in these streets like this, and if you know you out representing anybody, you need to make sure that they can pay for you an attorney. But to just to be involved in something and they allow you to fiend for yourself, that's not good. Let's see. It is important to understand that familial context as it correlates of emotional restrictiveness. Incarceration can cause significant family disruptions and opportunities for attachment and bonding with parents. This is again true. So why would you want to do something to go to jail? Why? Why? And why is that even, like, why? I think um men should reprogram themselves to say, you know what, I'm too good for jail. The food is nasty. I'm not a caged animal. I'm too good for that. All right. So we have single, never married. Let's look at these demographics, y'all. Single, never married, 63%. Common law marriage, 15%. Incarcerated before the age of 18, 62%. Close with the mother, 77%. Close with the father, 39%. And let's just go down here. Parental abuse, I'm not gonna, says about 75% is like none. Let's see, I'm not gonna talk about S abuse and stuff like that. So, I mean, let me look at one more the stat, you guys. Did you guys see that interview with Dr. Umar and those guys? Let me see if I can find it on TikTok. Child. Now I might have to put you on hold because I don't know my TikTok login. Please. Okay, hold on. Let me put this. Okay, I'll back. Okay, hold on. Let me find. I don't know my passwords by heart. So hold on one second, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. If we can't get on TikTok, we're not doing it. Because honestly, I usually have stuff prepared. But I was like, you know what? We're gonna just start hopping on. Cause one thing about me, sometimes I will over prepare and I keep doing it. So I go keep doing it. Like, I gotta get my graphics. I gotta get this. And then I won't do anything. And we don't want that. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. All right, so let's do another share. Hold on, Sue. Let me share to my Facebook page. Oh, child. My little phone about to go dead. My other so let's see. Summer days. Oh my gosh. I was just about to like do the little go live thing and it totally just went off on me. Hold on. Let me my food was really good today. And the thing is I kinda ate it semi-cold. Isn't that trifling? Because I was just so over. I was so exhausted. Ooh, okay, let's do a share. Okay. It's shared. I thought it was gonna allow me to all right. Okay. All right. So let's go to this. All right. Yes. Dr. Umar holds black man responsible for their poor dating selection. So hopefully we can get this party started. It's so hard to get over. Oh, hold on. All right. Let's share TikTok.
So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality. We created that, and then we want to act like we didn't play a role.
Okay. We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable. No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection. See, what you're saying, you're selecting a poor mate. And what I'm saying is they don't have much to select one, so of course you're going to end up with a poor mate. And why is she going to end up with a poor mate? Because we as black men are not raising black boys to be the men that our women need. We are not.
Y'all remember those statistics that I probably moved away from? Let's see. Oh, child. Let's see. Could it be on this? Well, y'all remember those statistics? Let's go on with it. It's like a 65% incarceration rate. What y'all want people to do with that? Not my nieces.
Not. They out there killing themselves right now. What we doing about it? Unemployed black males. What we doing about it? Pants sagging, weed smoking. What we doing about it? Black men are not raising black boys to be the men our community needs. That is 100% our fault. What I'm saying is she got a right to be angry with us. She got a right to be angry with us. We have not been on our job as black men. If the men are the providers, what have we been providing for our community? I'm not speaking you individually.
Yes.
Because you may be a damn good father. You may be a damn good father. You may be a damn good father. But guess what? What are we doing for the community? What are we doing for the children who don't have a father? You don't think the black woman got a right to be angry when she's been raising 2/3 of the kids by herself for 50 years? And the minute she raised her voice, we say she's not humble enough. She had to become masculine to survive the rape, the molestation, the domestic abuse. Are you telling me you can't see how we created that?
I understand that, but she needs
to be more selective. If we was loving our women and...
Okay. He said she needs to be more selective. Okay. And let's read some of these comments here. They not listening at all. No, they look like they're not listening. These little boys don't get it. They are not understanding. Like, it's almost scary. That's true. Like, the thing is, they can't really even challenge him as men. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should be able to hold your own when 10 toes down. When I'm like losing an argument, I kind of get quiet. But when I'm winning an argument, I'm gonna constantly ask you questions so I can get an answer. And most of the time, let me tell y'all, a good way to win an argument is to ask why. If someone did something to you, well, why did you do it? When you ask the question why instead of pointing the finger like you, and you did this and you did this, when you're asking the question of why did you do it, you are then holding them accountable, and they have to hold themselves accountable because they have to ask. They have to say, well, they have to look and say, dang, why did I do that? And most of the time, they're not gonna tell you why they did it, because then that would make them look bad. That personality has a history. The last part is a prime example. We should, what should we be concerned about? I'm checking my male friends and her checking her female friends. I don't feel like reading his. I don't even feel like hitting the 2 reply. Like, what do you mean you should be concerned about? It's like 65% of y'all in jail and can't vote in certain areas of the country, and worry about people submitting. Okay, let's go on.
And taking care of our women. Do you think she would be like that? That personality has a history.
If she's picking Pookie and Ray Ray instead of
you're making her a scapegoat.
No, she's picking a scapegoat.
No.
There's good quality men that they ignore.
Why she even got it? Why is there even a Pookie in the selection?
You gotta ask her that.
No. I'm gonna tell you why there's a Pookie in the selection.
What?
Because black men have abandoned black boys and have allowed social media, white media, athletes, and rappers to raise them. That's why she with Pookie.
Facts. Except for the, I think, there should not be any Pookies that exist. It should be a limited number because, you're gonna, in all races, you're gonna get men that are kind of like girl. But it's like, it seems like they don't have that mentality as we're black men as a union. One thing I like about black women and being a black woman, we're like the highest educated. Most of the black businesses in Dallas, is like the small business in Dallas, are owned by black women. Black women are, we're supporting each other. That we have these support groups, black female entrepreneurs, just like social groups and things of that sort. I don't really see that kind of stuff in the black male community where they could go get advice and grow and be nurtured and things of that sort. So we have those resources. And then when you meet a guy that kind of is not emotionally stable, it's kind of like, you don't know, you don't want to be bothered with it. And then you have guys like this that says, well, kind of still blaming you. Like, I think, I don't understand why, black men in this day and age are like consistently blaming black women for stuff. And why do they think that makes them look good in the amongst the masses? Because at the end of the day, they associated you with us and us with you. And I don't like to be associated with people that's like 65% in jail. I mean, are you kidding me? This is me. Like, I mean, seriously. Child, all right.
Pookie. If we never allow Pookie to develop, she would not have a Pookie. If we're going to be men, the first thing we got to do is take responsibility for why our women feel the way they feel.
I can hear that.
I'm not saying that they're right to disrespect, because even if a woman disrespects me, right? That still don't give me a right to disrespect her, because she's still the queen of the community. Even if she's not acting like it, I'm going to give her that respect. But when I hear brothers talk like this discourse we having now, we act like we don't understand.
No,
there's reasons for that shit.
I do understand. Women are so valuable. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think women ground men and help them propel to the next level. I think men get further in life with a woman, right? But if I'm a hardworking man, but I'm only looked as resources,
okay,
and then she's ready to jump on Tom, Dick, and Harry because he got flash, he's shining a little bit more, his access to money is quicker than mine. It's kind of hard to have that.
Well, no.
Okay, so here we are with this, the thing is, we all have been used at one point, right? Whether it's by a friend, a partner, a coworker, you all been like, did they just do that to me? So when you come on and say, well, I have limited resources and they don't want me for this, okay, then perhaps that is not a whole community of Black women. Perhaps that is a Black woman that you're dealing with at that time. And also, a good thing that I like to ask guys, ladies, is, well, would you want your daughter dating a guy that acts like you? Or would you want your daughter to do that? How would you feel your daughter did it? And honestly, let me tell y'all something. If I ask that question, we're not talking anymore for real. Because that means I've already have gone down the list of, well, I'm not going to talk to you. So I'm just asking you that so you could think about it. So when you the next person that you talk to, and what you could decide whether or not you want to waste their time. But I'm already checked out by the time I start asking questions like that. But I understand I listen to him and how he feels. It's like, okay, well, you want this guy that has more resources, you want that guy. But the thing is, if a woman, just like men, people look at men and they want resources and things of that sort. Then men look at beauty and things of that sort. So if this woman is a size 8 and this woman is a size 16, and a woman's a size 16 is like really likes you and it's nice to you, would you talk to her? It's the same thing. And sometimes I don't think that men see that. Like, this is somebody that you wanted that didn't want you back. Okay. It happens. It happens to us all.
One, I agree with you, but that's not all sisters.
No, it's not.
If you're constantly running into that type of woman, then the problem is you. Because you're attracting a certain low vibrational energy. Why
not have that same energy for women? You just
why do you want to have that same energy for women though? Like, why do you want to have any type of energy for women?
And you have
because we having a conversation as men.
Yeah,
I got plenty of interviews with all women where I check them too.
Right.
But as a man, you should not be concerned about what I say to them. As men, we should be concerned of what we're going to do to produce a better generation of Black males for tomorrow. That's the only that is where we should be focusing. So when I'm
right, so you're going back and forth with women, and meanwhile, people's voter rights are being taken away in Georgia, Florida. We don't know what's going on in Mississippi. And you're saying it is literally going to be, in 10 years, it's going to be places, if things continue to go like they're going now, there are going to be places in the country that you're not going to be able to go. You're not going to be able to go. And y'all going to be arguing with women. All right. I've been on here for 52 minutes. Let me move on to the next story. Because I've gotten, I said, it's just, and the thing is, I know we jump from this stuff happening in Fort Worth, but it's all about, to me, emotional wellness. Like, handling rejection, handling fear, handling confrontation. These are like simple life tools that you need to have by a certain age. Let's see if there's anything else. I don't feel like it. All right. Okay, so let's go on to our next story. See if we got any comments, child. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to sleep after this. Okay, so I have my little papers here because I wanted to make sure. All right, so we have. Let me. Who led all right. Shot clock. Oh, thank you, Rashawn, for giving me a little care thing. You're so sweet. He's very supportive of me. I shouts out to you, sir. Let's see. Let's do another chat. Okay, let me stop share screen, present. There's got to be another way where I just share the screen and all right. No. Okay, make sure it's on Facebook. This is a very long live. Honestly, you guys, I'm kind of trying to work on I'm pretty much trying to work on how long like I stay on and stuff. Child. Wait a minute. Why does it say upcoming live on my YouTube channel? Okay, hold on, you guys. I hope it's okay. It's got me live. All right. So, a Lyft driver who fled the Taliban in Afghanistan was fatally shot in Washington, D.C. Police and charities say. His name was, and you guys forgive me again if I'm mispronouncing. His name is Nasrat Ahmad Yar, and he was 31 years old, and he was a husband and a father of four. A former Afghan interpreter. He was an Afghan interpreter, you guys, who immigrated with his family to America in 2021. Was shot and killed early on Monday in Washington, D.C. while on an extra shift as a Lyft driver. Police are now searching for suspects, authorities and a charity said. Yar, he was 31. He was found with a gunshot wound just after midnight on Monday in his vehicle by officers responding to reports of an unconscious person, police said in a news release. He was taken to the hospital where he died. Ahmad Yar was an interpreter who served alongside U.S. Army Special Forces in Afghanistan for a decade before the Taliban took over. And he had been working an extra rideshare shift when he was slain, according to a verified GoFundMe page. Four people ran away from the scene shortly after he was shot, and video was released by police. No suspects have been named, and police are offering a reward up to $25,000 for information leading to this arrest. Our hearts are with Mr. Nasrat's loved ones as they confront this unspeakable tragedy. A Lyft spokesperson told CNN in a statement, "We have reached out to his family to offer our support and are in contact with law enforcement to assist with their investigation." And CNN has also reached out to the U.S. Army and Special Forces for comment. So about Ahmad Yar, he was brought here with his family to the U.S. in 2021 after the Afghan government collapsed, and according to his GoFundMe page. He was a sole provider for his wife and 4 children, 15 months to 13 years of age. His children, he wanted his children to live in a safe place that would allow his sons and daughters to receive an education. His cousin told CNN when speaking about Ahmad Yar's decision to serve as an interpreter alongside the U.S. Army. His cousin said that it felt like the right thing to do. He believed there should be more options for Afghanistan for girls, women, and kids, so they could go to school and live in a peaceful country. The family had been living in Virginia for the past 8 months, his cousin stated, and his family is in a lot of need right now. On the night of the tragedy, my cousin decided to work an extra shift because they didn't have enough money to pay the rent. The verified GoFundMe set up by Ahmad Yar's family has raised over $165,000 as of Friday afternoon. This was awful. And I'm going to say something to you guys. You know, if he was serving alongside the government, I understand he probably did this for 10 years, but there should have been some type of compensation package to help. He shouldn't have had to work Lyft after he helped us as a country. He should have had a job as an interpreter for the government full time, right? Or they should have found him something else to do so he could have had full benefits for his family. So let me show the GoFundMe page. All right, amen. $278,000.933. That's what, I like to see. Thank God for that. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Can I share? All right. So let's stop present. Share screen. Child. There's got to be a better way. All right. All right, support family of murdered Afghan interpreter. Over 4,000 people have donated. Somebody donated $5,000. Shouts out to them. And yeah. It's very sad. He died on July 3rd, right before Independence Day, you guys. He came to this country to be independent. To help his children, and to help his family out. He was a Lyft driver. He was making an honest living. He has served our country. So, if you could give, here's his information. I will put it up on the Hey DFW page, depending on when they close it. Oh, sorry, you guys. My throat got caught up. And that's that. But God rest his soul. And I pray for his family and his little kids, his little girls, his wife, and that just God covers them and takes care of them. And that I think, I'm not sure if covers him and takes care of him. And thank you so much, Nasrat Ahmad Yar, for serving this country. We appreciate it. Well, I appreciate it. Coming from me. So that really has me sad. And I saw the video of some suspects running. But I don't know if I can pull that up. But I hope they find them. I really do. Okay. All right, so let's move on to our last story. And that will be the young man in Mobile, Alabama. Okay, let's see. Okay. See, the thing is, I haven't vetted these videos yet, so um, you know, and I'm trying to look and see if anybody had anything. Hold on, let me 1 second. Oh yeah, we're going to sleep. It's only one person watching, and that's me. It's only one person watching, and it's me. If you're watching my life and you really wanna shine, and uh-oh. All right. Let's go to WPMI. If you wanna watch the live, yeah, it's me. All right. Let's see. Oh, y'all gonna give it. Y'all gonna stop with these ads. Let's see if this picks up this audio. It better not be a commercial. What? WPMI? Okay. So we're not gonna play that, obviously. So let's just go through and read it. So Mobile police say 911 caller reported a man trying to break into his mobile home on Carl Plantation Road. Carl Plantation Road shortly before 10 o'clock on Sunday night. Chief Paul Prine says 36-year-old Jawan Dallas fit the suspect description of a black man wearing red who had moved from lot 33 to lot 27. Okay. When officers arrived to try to identify Dallas, Prine says he attempted to get away and an officer tased him. James Smallwood says he was standing several feet away from Dallas. You could hear him repeatedly saying, "Ouch, it hurts." Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me stop sharing this right now because I don't have time for no little malware stuff. I don't like that. I mean, come on, like seriously? And I'm looking, it's like, what is going on? Okay, you could hear him. Okay, you could hear him repeatedly saying, "Ouch, it hurts." What having his hand on his chest. I mean, having his hand on his chest the whole time. I mean, you can even see it in his eyes. I mean, the man was clearly in pain, said Smallwood. Smallwood says before the physical encounter with police, Dallas was rubbing his chest with a clenched fist, and it appeared to be in distress. You could tell something wasn't right, said Smallwood. I'm not doing this. I don't know why. I'm definitely getting off this live because I don't know why that keeps popping up. Prime. At some point, during the struggle, Mr. Dallas also attempted to bite. Wait, hold on. Okay. Let me go because that little thing kind of is getting on my nerves. Prime says the first taser had no impact on Dallas. Prime says Dallas struggled with the officer and tried to take his taser. Prine says the officer was able to regain control and deployed the taser a second time. At some point during the struggle, Mr. Dallas attempted to bite one of the police officers, said Prine. Prine says a gun was found under the driver's seat in the car Dallas was sitting in when officers approached him. What does that have to do with the gun? If he out the car getting tased, what does the gun underneath the seat have to do with it? You think he was going to get away and shoot him? And Dallas also had crystal meth and spice on him. What spice? And I'm scared to look it up. Spice. Prine says Dallas, who was also a convicted felon who had active warrants for his arrest on probation violations. Okay, then if he had active warrants, why didn't y'all go get him before this happened? Y'all knew where he stayed. It may give some indication as to why he certainly attempted to flee and fight. Yeah, I guess. That makes sense. Prime says after being tased the second time, Dallas told officer he had asthma and couldn't breathe. While being evaluated by emergency responders 21 minutes after he was put in handcuffs, 21 minutes, Prime says Dallas collapsed. He was later pronounced dead at Providence Hospital. Providence Hospital, y'all. I don't know how long that for. I mean, it depends on how they got the ambulance there, but I don't know. Smallwood, as well as Dallas family believes officers used excessive force, but Prime said there's nothing to indicate the two responding officers violated the department's use of force policy. I think it's important to note that the moment Mr. Dallas attempted to take the taser from the officers restrained themselves very well and had every right under the policy under the state law to implement deadly force, and they didn't. Said Prime. I would say this, but did they have to tase him in the chest though? And so of course, they're, of course they have their body cams on, but however, what I heard is that the state of Alabama does not release the body cam footage. They don't have to do that. It went to the Alabama Supreme Court, and this goes back to those young men that, where, you could do something for the community if y'all want to make change and want to be leaders and not want to have pookies and ray-rays. This is the kind of stuff that you put your podcast stuff on. The Dallas family believes the 36-year-old civil rights were violated. The FBI is now also investigating the case of two officers who have been identified by their rank as patrol officers were put on administrative leave. Prime says they have not received an autopsy or toxicology results to understand the cause of death, but he says the primary report shows no bruising or blunt force trauma, refuting some witness accounts. Dallas was beaten. All right. Well, I'm going to follow this case since it's close to home and seeing whatever happens. According to the Mobile DA, this investigation, once the investigation is complete, it will be presented to the grand jury. But being that, he has a criminal record, you guys, I don't really think that's gonna happen. And that he had a gun on him and drugs on him. That's a lot, you guys. And again, the thing is, if rest in peace, Mr. Dallas. You're very young man, but y'all got to just like say, okay, I don't want to go back to jail. I don't want to get in trouble. I want to, what I'm saying? I mean, and he allegedly may or may not have been the person he was trying to break in, but the thing is, you just never know. You just never know. So, this is a sticky situation. But just by looking, knowing that some other stuff is going on, it's just looking real grim. Okay, so let's see. Child. All right. Okay. So Metro jail records show that along with numerous arrests for distribution of a controlled substance, possession of marijuana, and probation revocation, Dallas was twice charged with escape, 3 times charged with attempting to elude police, and twice charged with obstruction of justice. That's a lot. That's a lot. And it doesn't mean that, of course, he doesn't deserve justice or anything like that. But they're definitely going to pull this up, as to state as to why there was some type of force that was used. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's where we are with it. So, all right, you guys. I am done for the night. Again, I'm super duper, proud of myself for, it says I can edit the live video. Now, why am I doing this? I don't know. Okay, it says you're now live. You know what I try to do, you guys, is change the thumbnail, and it won't let me do it. And I don't feel like learning right now. So if anybody knows, I looked up a few things to learn how to do it. But Facebook is constantly changing. So I just couldn't get it. All right, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. Thanks everybody for listening. I hope you guys catch the replay, because I will be marketing the replay all week long. And thanks for sticking in with me as I do my first little live all by myself for over an hour before 1 a.m. So, I rest in peace to those victims in Fort Worth, and Mr. Dallas. I'm sorry for their family's loss as well in my hometown of Mobile, Alabama. And you guys, and Mr. Dallas, hopefully, his family will be at peace with whatever the verdict is that comes out with it, that the parties are honest, because he can't defend himself, because he's no longer here to defend himself. So praying for justice and the truth for him. And but you guys have a good night. I will, I wanted to talk about another story, but it's another story for another day. But y'all have a good night, and make sure you follow me on all social media. And I will see you guys later. Let me put my little coming on music. I call it my coming on music, y'all. Isn't it crazy? All right. Oh, let's see. Here we go. Bye. That was the wrong one. So, okay, now I'm going to say it again. Bye. Good night. Y'all, hold on. I just saw that my microphone was muted. I don't know what part wasn't that didn't get told, but I just wanted to say good night, you guys. I'm getting out for the night, and I'm gonna definitely probably edit this tomorrow and see because I was just talking, and I just hope that it wasn't mute. I'll be pissed if a lot of that was muted. Oh well. Okay, hold on. Cancel. All right. Y'all have a good night. We're going to try this one more time. Bye.